right, I think we are live. Welcome to part 3 of my People Pleasing Detox. This one is all about when people pleasing becomes a pattern and how to rewrite that story. So, for those of you new to my neck of the woods, welcome. My name is Jen. I am a certified life coach, and I help overwhelmed women stop living for everyone else and start building lives they actually love. And again, like I said, this is part 3 of our People Pleasing Detox series, and today we're talking about something deeper. When people pleasing becomes a full on identity, not just something you do, but something you believe you have to do. So, what if people pleasing isn't just a habit, but it's more of a mask? What if you're not just trying to avoid conflict, but you're trying to earn your worth? Yeah, we're going there today. I once had a client say to me, if I stop being the one who holds it all together, who even am I? And I felt that to my bones because for years I was the helper, the reliable one, the fixer. I thought if I stopped showing up for everyone else, I'd stop being needed, I'd stop being loved, I wouldn't feel as worthy. And if I wasn't needed, would I even be loved, right? So I was really connecting my work and my productivity and me helping others to my work, to my worth. I'm sorry. The story ran the show. That story ran the show for a long time for me until I realized that that's not love. And I started working with my life coach, and she used a lot of the tools that I use with my clients now to really show me what people pleasing truly is. And that's why I'm really passionate about this topic, because there's so many women out there that are people pleasers and they may not even know it, but they feel the resentment, they feel the burnout, they feel the overwhelm of doing so many things for everybody else and not themselves. So today we're going to talk about a couple of different things. People pleasing is often about identity, not your actions. You've really internalized this role of being the one that makes things better. And you're not just doing it, you believe you have to do it to be worthy, to be loved, to be safe. This is your thought. Your nervous system thinks survival depends on being liked. And every time you ignore your needs, you reinforce that story that you don't matter. And then the shift away from people pleasing really starts with being aware. So I want you to ask yourself, who am I when I'm not trying to be who other people need me to be? What do I need when I'm not managing someone else's mood? And that's hard. That is really hard, because I would say for most of you, you've been people pleasing since you were in childhood, because we start people pleasing in childhood to keep the peace in our home and to make sure our parents are happy. And after doing that for years and years and years and years, and maybe it's a generational thing, maybe like you are the 7th person in line in your generation of family that is a people pleaser, right? So like all of everybody else's stuff is on this big huge plate, right? Your plate is overfull with everybody else's stuff, and your needs and desires and wants are at the very end, the very bottom of that plate. So sometimes it's really hard. Like when I ask my clients what they want, they have a hard time figuring that out because of years and years of people pleasing. So, but here's the truth. You get to choose a new story. You get to choose to be whole without giving, over giving. You get to belong to yourself first. And I always want to make sure that you know that I'm not telling you to not be kind and do things that you truly want to do out of the kindness of your heart. But if you keep doing things and saying yes, and it affects your physical, your mental, or your emotional well-being, then that's people pleasing, not kindness. Okay, so I'm not saying don't be kind. Definitely continue to be kind if you want to. But if being kind is starting to impact those areas, then you've shifted into people pleasing. Okay? So if this kind of stirred something up inside of you and you're ready to rewrite the story of people pleasing that you've been living in, I want to invite you to book a free personalized life assessment session with me. Drop the word session wherever you're watching this from, whether it's on my Instagram, my Facebook, or possibly in one of my groups, or on my email, or even in YouTube. Just reach out to me and say session. And what I'm going to do is send you a link. And that link is going to ask you for 3 to 4 different times over the next couple of weeks that would work for you to book a call. And then I'll get it scheduled. And that call is not a high pressure sales call. That call is just going to be you and I connecting to see what you're struggling with right now, whether it's people pleasing or boundaries or burnout. Or maybe you're in a toxic career and you need to kind of shift careers. I'm really helping several of my clients right now shift careers and jobs. So we're going to just talk about what you're struggling with, and you'll leave that call with 2 to 3 things you can do right away that are going to help. And you may leave wanting to work with me and we'll figure that out, or we may feel like it's not a good fit, right? And that's fine. It's not, like I said, a high pressured sales call. It's just a chance for us to connect and see how I can help. So remember, you're not the fixer, you're not the glue, you're not just the helper. You are a whole, worthy human, and you get to be loved for who you are, not for what you do for everyone else. So I will see you next week, same time, same place, Wednesdays, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, for part 4, and we're going to talk about how to say no without the guilt spiral. You're not going to want to miss this one.